Hey there everyone, welcome back. As you can see by this screen here, we are talking about Pokemon Legends Arceus. Arceus? Arceus? I'm going to call it Pokemon Legends Arceus, and if I'm wrong, I don't care. Anyways, we're going to talk about RNG in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Arcee. Oh boy, I can't even pronounce it anymore. We're going to talk about RNG in this game because it is actually already being developed. It's already a thing that you can do. And here's just some examples I've already done with RNG. I've got a shiny Basculin, a shiny Sneasel, shiny Alpha Sneasel, shiny Zora. Just these are all tests that I've done. And my teaser, if you watched that, you saw me get a Bidoof. That was my very first RNG. Anyways, that it is something that you can do, and it's very similar in a way to Sword and Shield. But it has a lot more implications that make things super exciting. First things first, right now we do need CFW in order to use this. There is a chance that later on we'll have some sort of syspot thing or seed checker that will be able to do this for non-CFW users, but right now CFW is the only way to go. This game's only been out for a week at the time that I'm recording this, so give it some time. So yes, you need CFW. The tool that I'm going to be using is a tool that was developed by Lincoln, whose name probably sounds very familiar to you by now, especially if you hang out in my Discord, or if you watch my other videos, because most of the tools were developed by him. And this tool will help you find the seeds and when your shiny frames are, and then we'll go into how to advance it. So let's go ahead and we're going to hop into the game here, and we're going to start off from the town. You can start wherever you want, but I'm going to start from town, and then we're going to go into the Mirelands from there once we load. Ah, beautiful. Okay. Alright, so here we go into the Mirelands. And that will load that up. Alright, so I'm going to bring up the tool that we're going to use. Doesn't look like much right now, but let's go ahead and reload it. Okay, so there you go. So right now it just says select map. I'm going to choose the Crimson Mirelands, and there we go. Alright, so this here is a map of all of the spawns of Pokemon in this area. You can look at any of the other maps as well. Anything that's gray, we have not identified yet, so that will take some time. So we're still working on that. Help is appreciated, but you can see we've mapped out quite a few. Now, if you go, okay, well, what are all these? What does it actually mean? Well, if you go to Poke Earth here on Cerebi, you can see pretty much the exact same map, and if you click on one of these dots here, you can see here's what spawns there. If you click over here, okay, different spawns. So yeah, you'll know that like these two right here, during the daytime, they're Budew, and at night they turn into Ghastlies. So that's how you can double check to see what you're dealing with. Going back to the tool here, update active spawns and track player position and teleport. We're going to ignore all these right now. Height, definitely ignore that. What we care about here is shiny rolls, because you want to have this field correct if you are going to RNG. The number of shiny rolls. Let's go over to this picture made by Anubis, and this is something that a lot of people don't know how shiny rates work. But your base shiny rate is 1 out of 4096. But there are certain things you can do that increase your odds of finding a shiny Pokemon, which gives you additional rolls with the Pokemon generation. The what isn't really important. The number is the important part. For instance, if you get level 10 on Dex, you get an extra roll. If you perfect that, you get another 2 rolls on top of that. If you have a shiny charm, you get another 3 rolls on top of. You can get another 3 rolls on top of that. And if there's a mass outbreak, holy cow, you get a 25 rolls. That's crazy. And you can see here what having additional rolls does to the shiny rate. Just going from base rate to getting level 10 on your Dex increases it by about 50% there. Gives you another 1 in 2048. For that reason, I would recommend anything you want to RNG, just get to level 10 on the Dex entry for it. It's very easy to do, and it will save you a ton of time. If you can get perfect, look at that. That's a great rate. And if you could get if you get perfect in the shiny charm, holy cow, that is really good odds. And of course, I'm not talking about outbreaks today, but if you can get everything on an outbreak Pokemon, oh, doing the math out just kind of on that one, it's about it's about an 11% chance that any given outbreak will have a shiny at that point. That's pretty crazy. Anyways, so mostly you're going to be dealing with one shiny roll, two shiny rolls, but it's important to know how many for whatever Pokemon you're trying to RNG. In this case, I know that Badoos, which are our target today, are I have two shiny rolls because I have a level 10 Dex entry, and that's it. So anyways, we're going to go back here. So I'm going to set my shiny rolls to 2 so that we have everything correct. This shiny alert threshold is something that this is on a local fork of mine, so this might be pushed later on to the main repository, but this is just a tool that will highlight if you have less than 50 advances. You could change this. So if you feel like, I can advance 100 times, you could change that too. And it's 50 is just the default. And this doesn't affect any sort of calculation or anything. It's just cosmetic. Anyways, so I blathered on long enough. Let's click one of these things. So if you click a gray one, there's not a whole lot to do. And again, we're going to ignore the teleport thing. Just ignore it for now. But if we click a yellow one, we get an error. If we click, sometimes it happens. Okay, so if you get this, you see this, it is a timeout when it's trying to read things. The connection failed. That's perfectly fine. What I do in this case is I will stop this script here, and I'm just going to put my switch to sleep, bring it back up, and it should be fine. So yeah, just if you see that, just know that. I have some Wi-Fi issues at home, which is unfortunate, but good deal. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and restart that. Okay, and reload the page. Perfect. I'm going to re-update this to 2 shiny rolls. All right, so now let's click on one of these. There we go. That's what we want to see. All right, so now you can see here, spawner seed you don't care about. Shiny, you want to know if it's shiny or not, but if it's not, it's probably not going to be. Anyways, this is the stats of the Pokemon, including the IVs. This is the one that's currently spawned, that will spawn in that spot right now. Now, keep a note, IVs, I'm going to repeat this, IVs do not mean anything in this game. Repeat, IVs do not mean anything in this game. The only thing that they do is give you that Pokemon a head start on the effort values that you can increase with the grit pebbles. But since you can increase any of them, all the stats to 10, it doesn't matter. So this only matters if you care about transferring a Pokemon to home later, or you want to use it competitively. We don't have a method to search for IVs yet, so don't worry about them for now. Okay, here's the thing that everyone cares about. Next shiny, 1124. So that's how many advances you need to make in order to get a shiny Pokemon. And then here are the stats of that Pokemon when you finally get there. Oop, okay, that one's not loading up again. Very cool. Anyways, just going to restart the program here. Again, I have Wi-Fi issues, so there we go. There we are. So this one is 442, 1124, and then you could click on other ones too and see how far away you are. Not all of these I have. Like this one is showing 17. That sounds really great, and you can see how it's highlighted in green and everything. But this is actually a Pokemon I only have 1 shiny roll on, so. Yeah, of course. My Wi-Fi issues are gonna kill me here. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, even with 1 shiny roll, that's 17. That's an alpha. That's an alpha though. Alphas are actually pretty hard to RNG. So I'm going to put a fork in that one for later. And I'm going to go ahead and make a save here so that I can RNG this one later. But yeah, so now we've got you've got your seeds. You kind of know, okay, I've got quite a few advancements to get to the shiny frame that I want. Well, how do I reset things? What do I do if I don't have something that I want, any that's close? How can I fix things? Well, that's actually pretty simple. All you have to do here is, I'm going to hide this web tool. All you have to do is go find this guy over here and return to the village. So when you return to the village, it resets all of your spawn seeds to 0. Everything is 0, and then when you go and you go back to any area, for those of you familiar with Sword and Shield, it's like using a wishing piece. Except instead of using a wishing piece on one raid den, use it on every single spawn in the area. That's right, every single Pokemon spawn is reseeded. So we bring up our tool again. This was 1124 to our next shiny. Well, now we click on it again, and I have to reboot the thing again. You may not have these issues, by the way, but I do. Okay, it was 1124. Now you can see it's 255. This is 177. Those are not bad. And you can see this, and this was the lovely 17. Instead, it's 1188. So this is all there is to it. To reseeding it, you can go back to town, come back out there as many times as you want until you find the spawn you are looking for is close enough for your personal comfort. So I'm going to go ahead and do that a few times. I'm going to reseed this, and I'm going to get back to these Budews being fairly close, and then we'll go on to how to advance in your seed and how to get that shiny Pokemon. So I will just cut ahead, and I will see you in just a minute. All right, I am back. And yeah, so I took a little bit of a detour, and I went ahead and caught this new guy. But I did, in fact, find a pretty good seed. And so we're going to go ahead and bring up the web tool for this. And let's see. Oh, wow, what happened to this map? So I recorded the first part of this, and then I went ahead and I caught this Whiscash. And then I went to sleep, and overnight, there was a whole bunch of debugging tools that were released, which allowed Lincoln to populate the entire map. So, you can see we have quite a bit of information now. But, that doesn't matter because we are going to be targeting this right here, which this was just completely lucky on my part. We found a shiny that is just 3 advances away. So this is a Budew, but it turns into a Ghastly at night. So now the question is, how do we actually advance? And it's actually not that hard. The method to advance is as follows. You either have to kill, catch, or make the Pokemon run away, and then you camp at night. Then you camp and change your time. So you see right now we're midday. So if we go ahead and let's just find the Budew. It is not this one. It is this one. It's just because I know, but you can look at the map to make sure. So we go ahead and we just catch it. You can catch it, you can kill it, or you can make it run away. That all works fine. Great. We took care of it. It's done now. And now we run back to camp. And we just need to change the time. You can't go to the same time, so you can't go midday to midday, but you can go midday to evening, midday to nightfall. I'm just going to go to morning. And there's a reason for that. I'll explain why. Alright, so now go ahead and sleep. You wake back up, and now we're going to go ahead and check it again. Now you can see we've advanced 1. It won't advance. Anything else won't advance. So that's still 727. That's still 2. That's 2 now. This stays the same as well. But only Pokemon that you see that you kill, capture, run away. There's another thing too. If the Pokemon changes for any reason, so these are Budews during the day, but Ghastly's at night. So if I instead, if you camp until night, it will change. It will also advance because it's not going to give you the same Pokemon day-night. So if I go to Nightfall now, which you can't see because I went in the web tool, but I went to Nightfall. You see, it's night now. Now we bring up the web tool again. And it didn't update. Let's see. Yeah, so there should be there's Ghastlies now. So we should see. Okay, it didn't update for some reason. It usually should. Well, let's see. Oh, I know why. It's because we didn't actually see the Pokemon. You have to witness the Pokemon. So we went ahead and we saw it this time. Here, let me show you. If you do not witness the Pokemon, you do not see it for yourself. It doesn't load it in. But now you see. Okay, we saw that Ghastly back there, and that's the one we care about. We're gonna run away from. Don't want to get hit by it. And now we go and we switch to morning. And now we should see it advance. Yep, there you go. You see, it advanced. So that's all you have to do. Now, I don't want to catch a shiny Ghastly, so I'm going to go ahead and you see, change there. Alright, there we go. So this time, if we deal with this Budew, this time I'm just going to kill it, to show you that killing it works too. And if it runs from battle too, that's perfectly fine. Alright, Zen Headbutt seems great. This is just a little bit overkill, but, you know, whatever. Alright, great. So now all we have to do is advance the time one time. And we should be fine. Alright, so yeah, we're morning. Let's go to midday. Alright, now let's bring the tool back up here. So you can see right now it says 1, but if I click on it again, look at that. Shiny, true. Next shiny, 0. So it should be shiny when we encounter it. Now, another thing to note is that these are all saved. This is if you save the game, this is all going to remain. So if I go ahead and save the game right here, if I was to reboot the system for any reason or reload or whatever, if I come back to this save, everything will be in the exact same state. So let's run ahead. We'll go find our shiny. See that? There you see. These are the sparkles. There it is. That's a shiny. So if I was to go, okay, hi shiny, boom. You look lovely. It's great. Okay, I'm just gonna go throw my ball at it. Okay, all right. Just like, oh no, I hit A. Oh no. Oh, I just murdered it. Oh no. Well, you could just reboot because I saved. And we'll still get the exact same Pokemon and it'll still be shiny. So that's really good. So that's one thing to note. If you even if you're just traveling around randomly and you see a shiny Pokemon, just save the game, because then even if you fail to catch it, you could just reload and still get it. It's saved. It's like the raid dens in Sword and Shield. Oh, or actually a better example would be it's like the overworld spawns in Sword and Shield, where if you get that once the Pokemon spawns, it will be the same every time if you save in front of it. Alright, so here we go. See, there it is. Oop, that's a wasted Gigaton ball. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna put you in a ball now. And that's all there is to it. The downside here is that now that I caught it. I'm going to go ahead and save. The downside here is that you can see that advances are a little bit slow, and if you have to travel a great distance, that makes things even slower. But the advantage is that you can do this. It's a steady thing, and it's very predictable. Alphas are also doable. I'll do a separate video on them because alphas are slightly different, but that's all there is to RNG. And now with with the update here and everything being accessible, well, the sky's the limit. We're going to work on some improvements. I've got a couple of ideas that maybe I can code. We'll see. But we're going to go ahead and keep improving on this, and we should have we should be able to have a real good time with this. So yeah, that's all I've got for right now. So until next time, have fun RNGing your Pokemon, and good luck out there.